I've just enjoyed the dynamic of bringing, a diverse group of people together.
To do activities like the Sage Walk, which has been very helpful and motivational to working out again.
She's really been like a teacher. She's helped me so much. She's so patient.
Different opinions in regards to the vaccination with the community. Some of them are just like right on, I'm going to do this right away. Some
because of
are
the vaccine and everything. We're finally seeing a little bit of light at the end of the very long, very dark tunnel.
Families to know that they're doing well, and to try to reach out into the community and give them that message of hope.
My grandfather is Cherokee and my grandma was Chippewa.
I'm Cherokee. I've lived in LA my whole life, so 21 years.
My family is from Nambe Owinge, Pueblo in Mexico.
Part Native Hawaiian. I was born and raised in Los Angeles.
Actually from the Hickory Apache Nation over in northern New Mexico.
I am Navajo, Pima, Lakota, Sioux. I was born in Arizona.
I was born and raised in Los Angeles. My family is from Oklahoma, and I am Choctaw.
So let's get started with the first question. What are your first memories of UAII?
I actually grew up around UAII. I can remember going there as a young child, off and on, for services.
My grandmother actually works for UAII till this day, and she got me and my brother to Clubhouse.
And I would go to the Robert Sundance summer camps, and then I became like a youth counselor.
I used to be or kind of off and on, the volunteer cheer coach for the American Indian Clubhouse that works with the ITS Intertribal Sports.
I was first introduced to UAI as a college student over at UCLA, and we would come over and we would mentor with some of the young Indian youth.
What has inspired your work the most?
I've just enjoyed the dynamic of bringing, a diverse group of people together, not knowing their background and sort of, putting this together and watch everybody sort of individually grow.
I'm gaining experience that I don't have, and I know that can only benefit me. So, again, I'm really grateful for that.
The people are what inspire me, to see those faces, to see those families, to know that they're doing well, and to try to reach out into the community and give them that message of hope.
Well, I have to just go off Danielle. It's been the same thing. I actually been one of the people to deliver, and I'm just so blessed by that, because just seeing them get the simplicity of hand sanitizer and a mask for their family has been just very overwhelmingly,
Being part of the program, because now I get to do activities like the Sage Walk, which has been very helpful and motivational to working out again.
What have been your biggest challenges working as a CHW?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge was just the initial training required by the county. It was great training, but it took a long time, especially for a short-term project like this.
So far, my challenges I've come across is the training and the technology.
The platforms or the tracker, that was a little difficult.
Just getting out of my comfort zone and reaching out to people and talking, and I get really flustered, and I don't know why, but it's just it's always been, I guess it's like stage fright. That's always been a part of me. So that's my challenge, is just trying to get, over that.
Reaching out to new people that I don't really know. And obviously that's basically the whole job. And so just pushing myself to just get it done, even though it might make me uncomfortable at times.
What has been your biggest concern during the COVID-19 pandemic?
The safety of my family and my friends. More than anything, I just want to make sure that they're protected. My daughter and I, at the beginning of the pandemic, we started just sewing masks and sending them back to our reservation.
Again, going off Danielle, it certainly has been a whirlwind. I've lost a few people to COVID that I've known. I think the hard part is just really trying to reach out to the families that I know of.
The safety of my family, the elders in my family, as well as those who are more susceptible to COVID, like my brother who has really bad asthma.
I would have to say the same. Just the safety for my family, my children. I do have a fear that this could go on for a whole nother year.
Just like everyone else, it's probably just the safety and well-being of my family, because my grandpa is battling Alzheimer's, my grandma is taking care of him, my aunt had lost her job, my siblings, some of them are high risk because of asthma.
When this whole thing started, it said it was going to be 2 weeks, and then it started to a month and another month. And I was a senior in high school, and I was really looking forward to graduating, going to prom, grad night, everything. And it just kind of really hurt me because it was the biggest year of my life.
Our youth, right now, they're going through an unprecedented challenge in their lifetime when they should be out and playing soccer and baseball and enjoying socializing, kind of restricted for that. So, their health, their well-being is a big concern.
Do you feel that you're being told enough about the pandemic?
I do feel like I've been told enough about the pandemic, especially with the trainings. They were very helpful. Learning more about COVID-19 through my different resources has been very helpful.
As far as for resources for the pandemic, before being a CHW, I did a lot of reading via Facebook, Instagram. Becoming a CHW, I feel like it's more informed. A lot of that training was it was all based just on COVID-19, on the coronavirus.
After being hired, it gave me so much more detail about everything going on, more than I had before.
Having gone through the training, though, that Department of Public Health website is just amazing. It's overwhelming, but it is amazing. I can find any answer to any question just about on there.
The community looks to UAII to provide leadership. Do you feel that UAII has a unique role to provide a cohesive message to the community?
With UAII, I feel like we can provide good cohesive messages to the community, especially to be able to alleviate any stresses about the pandemic.
UAII has been doing amazing and being proactive in, helping the community, reminding them, to stay, safe, stay healthy. And they have always done that. They, even, with the SAGE program that they have the walking club.
All of us are pretty much saying the same things to our clients. And it's just really stay home as much as possible. Whenever you're out, just wear a mask.
Is there anything that they are telling you that they need more of?
The masks and the hand sanitizer. And I know that at one point we had almost run out of the hand sanitizer. So I think the hand sanitizer is the most high demand.
Masks and hand sanitizer.
I remember one family that I called. She was really excited for masks and hand sanitizer.
It can get expensive to have to buy so many, especially, some people are going through hard times. Some people have lost their jobs and they may not always have, spare money to buy a new mask.
A lot of the masks are price gouging. And so it's difficult for her to find them, whether they're in short supply or just expensive.
On the same note as what might be needed and what the community is asking for, are you finding that the community is asking for any services in particular?
Yes, we are being asked for services both for youth, for elder. They heard about we had nutritional services. They want to know about what the processes are as far as getting into the healthcare.
Mostly the workshops for their little ones. I know a couple families wanted the newsletter of upcoming events.
One community member who asked for resources for her son's education.
We're looking for tutoring services. I know we offer tutoring services. A couple of families wanted resources for food pantries or food banks. Some families wanted mental health, like counseling services and social activities for their kids, like interactive activities for them, because there's not a whole lot that they can do right now.
Once the vaccine is available, what do you feel that UAI's first priority should be as an organization?
Educating the community about the benefits of the vaccine. I tell everybody, do your research. Know what the pros and cons are for your own personal use as far as taking the vaccine. Know your health, know what kind of health you need to be in. There's always that stigma within, like, I know personally with a lot of my family members and stuff, is like, are they really taking care of us? Are they really watching out for the benefit of our well-being?
After education about the vaccine, and hopefully more will be open to taking the vaccine, maybe resources towards higher education, definitely, so that the community or the young adults know that there is an opportunity for more than just minimum wage.
Job searching, training, it's really important, since I know a lot of people that I know lost their jobs.
Housing, I personally would benefit from housing. I know a lot of other people that would benefit from that.
I think housing and job resources, because you can't be safe and healthy if you don't have shelter, and you can't be healthy if you don't have a job to put food on the table and clothes on your back.
Mental health, because there's a lot going on right now. And I know that there's a lot of different opinions in regards to the vaccination with the community. Some of them are just like, right on, I'm going to do this right away. Some are just not sure.
I think that people will think, okay, get the vaccine, everything's cured and everything's fine. A lot of these vaccines are multi-stage vaccines. And this is just sort of the way that we're going to have to adapt and be cautious of. This was one virus that came on out. There's been some in the past, but just sort of how we change our lives, how we adapt to this new landscape. So I'd like to see more public health programming.
Is there anyone on your CHW team or within UAII that you'd like to highlight for their support of you?
Danielle. She's really been like a teacher. She's helped me so much. She's so patient. You can tell she loves to teach. And I'm so grateful that she's on this team. I definitely look up to her. And really everyone. I really love everyone in this group, on this team.
Danielle also. She was the first to, whenever any of us had any issues with anything, she would just hop up and volunteer to help us troubleshoot anything that we needed help with at all. She's been amazing.
Danielle has been kind of like our superstar. Ramon just coming in and opening his arms of love and guidance as well. This is our little family right here in the clubhouse.
I definitely want to echo everyone. I feel like Danielle's been very helpful. If I had any questions, I'd give her a call up. I'd be like, Danielle, I have a question again. And she's always been there to really ease my troubled mind.
My entire team, they've definitely given me, especially during these times, these COVID times, having gone through a lot of loss. And a lot impacted my family, my reservation, my community, my kids. It's given me that sense of empowerment. And as a Native American woman, I love to empower, and I love to empower other fellow Native American women as well. So to be able to hear all these lovely faces say that I have done that, it makes me feel so amazing. I don't think I can put that into words. And more than anything, I would like to highlight and also thank Ramon. Very grateful for him.
What are the most important life lessons you've learned from the pandemic?
Time is precious. Every minute counts. Every second counts. I working with my PTA, I have a lady on there who always used to tell me, take the time for yourself, take time for you and your family. I know you really want to work in the community. I know it's something you really want to do, but time you don't get back. Mm-hmm. And so that's the main lesson that I've learned is to take opportunities as soon as they occur.
Important life lessons. Know your resources, definitely. What can be available for you, and I have to go back to family again. That family is very important. It was a big wake up call. Not being able to being away from my family and not being able to visually see them in front of me and knowing that they're okay.
Number one, of course, family. Family is so valuable, so important, and being afraid that you could lose someone that you love so much, it's terrifying. But also definitely, this kind of just hit us out of nowhere. So definitely knowing your resources, as Stephanie said, is really, truly important.
Ask for help when you need help, like whether it's with mental health, with any resources that you need, or just someone to talk to. It's okay to reach out for help if you need it.
As what Tawa said, asking for help, because I know I did. I asked for counseling.
Your own self-care. I think that's something that, that in our normal busy day-to-day life, we put off. But I've been able to wake up and make my kids breakfast and, talk to them throughout the day. And those are things that I haven't been able to do. Spend more, typically I'd spend a couple hours in traffic round trip. So that's 2 hours where, I can go walk my dog, planning what I eat. So, I've learned to take better care of myself. I've lost some weight. I think I'm eating healthier. I'm that whole, I'm able to garden outside. And for me, that brings me a lot of that. That's my, that's what I do for my mental health. I go out there, say my prayers, harvest my food. And for me, that's been something that's been great. I can do that. And if I was working, if this hadn't happened, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm trying to make the best of a really bad situation, but looking to see what my ancestors would do to get through this, reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with my culture. So those have all been lessons that I've learned during this pandemic.
Are you hearing anything from the community about the pandemic? Are they sharing their fears, their frustrations? Are you finding that people are hopeful for the vaccine or fearful for the vaccine?
I think a lot of people are just scared because they just have so little control over what's going on, that there's so much uncertainty and there's just so much uneasiness and so much fear. And also with the vaccine, because it's so new, that there's just not a lot of information for them to see.
They are sharing their fears, their worries, and their hopefulness. A lot of them being isolated and stuff like that. When you do drop the personal protective equipment off, I had one gentleman who just lit up just to see another person that doesn't live with him. He's just like, wow, and he was really excited. And he wasn't even the one that I was delivering the PPE to. It was his granddaughter. So, and so I think it made him very happy. I did deliver also to some people in the community that I actually work with in other organizations and stuff. And they were excited to see me. They're all like, because, there's always that unsure if you're going to be able to see that face that you saw last week or, before the pandemic started. And so we were really excited to see each other, be able to share a little bit of what we've been doing with our kids and stuff like that and keeping them safe.
Is there a message of hope that you can share with our UAII community during this very challenging time? For the elders, for the parents, for those recently unemployed, for those looking for a brighter future?
Well, I would say we're not promised tomorrow. So our job is to encourage and love and be perspective of everyone's being. And just take the time to like I said, pick up the phone, send an email, send a card. I actually just picked up some cards because I was like, I need to do this old school way because I think they would like to get a card in the mail.
There are groups, there are resources, there are groups for support, or just to have someone, I don't know, just for activities, groups for activities as such.
Sometimes being in isolation and not being able to see people very often can feel very, very lonely, but we're never really alone because we do have all these people that are going through the same thing, having the same emotions, the same fears, the same uncertainty. And I feel like because of the vaccine and everything, we're finally seeing a little bit of light at the end of the very long, very dark tunnel. So hopefully we can just finish this off and just get through it.
I think what helps me, like a coping mechanism that I've used, is for every negative thought, I always try to think 3 good ones. I try to remember that as many hard times as we have, they don't last forever.
I would say don't hesitate to ask for help. We're all here. Everyone, you're not alone. Everyone's going through it just as everyone else. There are resources here.
Just looking toward what our ancestors did so that we're here today, looking for that strength, looking at the challenges they endured, we can get through this.
Thank you, everyone. This was so helpful. I really appreciate all of your time, and the answers were very moving and fantastic. I'll hand it over to Joseph now to finish up.
Thank you guys so much for all your words and for everything that you shared in this discussion. This is definitely something that will benefit not only our organization in helping us to strategize for the future, and we're just so proud of the stories that you shared and inspired by it. We've talked about how each of us has been impacted by the pandemic, either through loss, we're grieving in different ways, we're dealing with mental health issues. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with Zoom. If somebody tells me that I'm muted again, we're going to have issues. But, we still have a ways to go. Even though there's some light now with the vaccine coming available, we still understand that 2021 is going to be impacted as well. So how do we find the strength to continue? And it has to be from each one of us and the people that surround us. So you all are being recognized, whether you know it or not, at the national level by people who are saying, you know what, you guys are making a difference, even at these times where it seems so challenging and there's so much darkness around us. You guys are the light helping to lead the way. And we can't wait till we can come together in a group. And it'll be an honor to shake each one of your hands when it's safe to do so. Thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye.